AudiSee presents The Rebels of Emperia. Somewhere within the boundless realm of our universe, there is a galaxy known as Nelithion. Its circumference is so great, it measures 50 parsecs, or 960 trillion miles. At one time, Nelithion was ruled by a governing body known as galacracy. But it began to decay, and over a period of 5 solar centuries, galacracy was no more. Today, in its place, are myriads of splinter governments scattered throughout the galaxy. Unfortunately, they are growing further and further apart. Such is the case of solar system LX 17210, which is on the brink of war.
We're nearing Maltia, Your Majesty.
Very well, Captain. I will accompany you to the cockpit. I want to make sure they don't suspect anything when you send the message.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Do you really feel this masquerade is necessary, Father?
Of course I do. No one besides our council members must know of our meeting with King Zedeka.
We're on course, Captain. We're within communication range.
Please stand to the side, Your Majesty and Your Highness. We don't want to take any unnecessary chances. This is cargo ship Centaur, origination Emperia, LR 183020 sector, requesting landing instructions.
This is Maltia Astroport 313. State your business, nature of cargo and passengers.
Sacred religious articles from the Order of One. 2 passengers, high priest and servant, to meet with King Zedeka.
At least I could have been made assistant high priest. Why did we use the Order for a cover?
It's because of their non-violent theology. King Zedeka thought no one on his staff would be suspicious if they received a visit from the Order.
Centaur cargo, you are cleared for landing at dock A140. Control clear.
Centaur clear. It worked, Your Majesty.
Excellent. Now we must...
Captain, I'm picking up a large ship heading this way.
Try to raise them on the communicator.
This is cargo ship Centaur to approaching vessel. Please identify yourself. Centaur to approaching vessel. We repeat, identify yourself. It's gaining on us, sir.
Take evasive action. We're slowing down. It must be using a tractor beam. We're being pulled back. Lock in secondaries.
Secondary's locked in, sir. It's still gaining. We're being drawn inside.
Council members, may I have your attention? As chairman of the Royal Council, I feel it is my duty to inform you that we have learned that Emperor Creo and his daughter were on a secret mission to Maltia when last heard from. Why we were not informed, I'll never know. But we must take action at once. If the Emperor and the Princess have been taken prisoner, we must demand their release. Then, if the Maltianese do not comply, we can only come to one inescapable conclusion. They want war.
War, all right.
But, Chairman Noloff, what proof do we have that the Maltianese had anything to do with their disappearance?
What? There's obviously...
King Zedeka was more than anxious to meet with the Emperor to discuss peace after the Arcwave experiment.
Well, it could have been a ploy to get the Emperor to his planet. Besides, we know very little about the functions of this arc wave. And we've been told absolutely nothing of how it works. Why, we don't even know who invented it.
Royal Councilman Peyton, we are all aware of your pacifist views on war, so spare us any more of your zelly-flowered sniveling.
No, we don't need any more of that. No!
Gentlemen, these Maltese criminals have taken our emperor and his daughter. Now, if we do not answer this act of treachery, we'll be inviting them to attack our planet next.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
I propose we send an ultimatum to Maltia. We demand that they return the emperor and his daughter by 1300 solar hours. If our demand is not met, we launch a full-scale attack against Maltia. All in favor, signify by touching the affirmative buttons. Those opposed, the negative buttons.
Well, if it's war they want, they'll...
The affirmatives have it. 11 to 1. Now, we will send off the message at once. If at 1300 solar hours we do not receive word from the Emperor, we will begin battle plans immediately. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, thank you.
Yes?
Louina? It's me, Raul Payton.
Oh, yes, Raul. I didn't recognize you on the monitor. Please, come in. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yes, I believe it was the last council meeting the Emperor called before he... Why are you looking that way?
Well, how long have we known each other? 1.5 years?
I think it's been closer to 2.
Yes, I guess you're right. I'm sorry. I'm not a very good host. Would you like to sit down?
Thank you.
It's just that the Emperor used to talk of nothing but war, and ever since you took office, things have changed. Before his disappearance, he was speaking of a reunification of this solar system using the arc wave.
So what are you getting at?
I believe I know who's responsible for his disappearance.
Who?
Vesnolith.
Strange you should say that. I've got the same suspicions, but probably for totally different reasons. Tell me what you know, and I'll fill you in on what I've learned.
All right, I'll try. You see, being the Emperor's secretary, I'm aware of any high-level interdepartment probes initiated by the Emperor.
Uh-huh.
Well, 3 days ago, I know Emperor Creo was going to call for an investigation into some recent trips taken by Nolith. The Emperor had a special investigative unit which he'd called together shortly before he left on his mission. They were to report directly to him on their findings. Now listen to this part. The following day, Vorn Crinan, one of the 2 investigators, was discovered murdered in his living module above the Teltex dome, and Mora Drolig, the other one, disappeared without a trace. By that time, the Emperor was already on his way to Maltia.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Mora one of Ronus Prong's converts to the Order of One?
Yes, that crazy old man. I don't understand why anyone would listen to him.
Maybe he's not as crazy as you think.
What do you mean?
Just a theory. We'll talk about it later. Did you ever find out where Nolof went on his trips?
That's what Crinan and Drolig were supposed to uncover.
If you ask me, I think Nolof was making a deal with Maltia to kidnap the Emperor.
Oh, I must apologize again. I forgot to tell you my brother is staying with me. Raul Payton, meet Nars Melder.
Nars, how much did you overhear?
It's all right, Raul. He knows everything. Since he's living here now, I couldn't keep it from him. He can be trusted.
Well, all right, if you're sure.
Nars just graduated from the academy. He'll be here until he receives his orders for duty.
So you're looking to see some combat, huh?
Yeah, and the way things are going with Maltia, it won't be long.
What would you say if I told you that I believe it isn't Maltia who's giving us the problems?
I'd say you'd blown your circuits.
It's just a hunch of mine, but I think there's a way we can find out if it's true or not.
How's that?
I'm going to sneak aboard Vesnolov's ship tonight and check the navicomputer.
Mind if I join you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I could use some help.
Just a minute, you two. You're not leaving without me.
Okay. You're probably in greater danger staying here by yourself.
Let's go. We're wasting time.
All right. I dug up these taser beams for each of you, but don't use them unless you have to.
Not bad. M380s? You government people can get your hands on some pretty fancy stuff.
Now, if we're stopped, let me do the talking.
An android. What'll we do?
Just shut up and don't make any sudden moves.
Identify yourselves.
Royal Councilman Peyton and 2 commission members. We have a DR3 clearance.
I will examine papers. DR3 is cleared for entry.
What is DR3?
It's a special emergency clearance code. I hope they don't run that through Synat.
Synat?
The master computer.
Yeah, the old boy has a record of everything. He'd sniff us out for sure. So Nolof went to Emperia. My suspicions are confirmed.
Emperia? The religious center of the galaxy? That makes no sense at all.
On the contrary, it makes a great deal of sense.
I'm picking up life forms approaching the ship.
Through the cargo hatch, it's our only chance. Down this ramp, we'll go out the back way.
Stop! Where you are!
Oh, behind you!
We're outflanked, back into the ship.
I didn't know you could fly one of these things.
I'm a little rusty, but I used to be in the Astroguard.
Where are we going?
Nars, set the coordinates for Emperia.
What?
Emperia?
If we'd stay here, they'd make meteor dust out of us. The Astro fleet is closing in. We got to make the jump into hyperspace. Now do it. I'll explain later.
Coordinates are locked in. Minus 30 seconds and counting.
Nars, I hope you know what you're doing.
Just hold on. We'll find out if all that schooling did me any good.
They're firing at us. Lock in the deflector shield.
Deflector shield is activated. Coming up on the count for jump. Mark minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We made it. Welcome to hyperspace.
I take back every nasty word I've ever said to you.
Now, Captain, you can tell us why we're going to Emperia.
Okay. I did some research earlier today, which I didn't want to tell you about until I checked out Nolof's ship. First, let me ask you, do you know what the largest organization is in the galaxy?
I feel like I'm back in school. The Galactic Bank?
Not quite. Luina, who do you think was the main contributor to Vez Nolof's political campaign last year?
I guess I never bothered to check Synat to find out.
Well, I did. It's the very same organization that has its secret agents scattered throughout Nelefion. And with a perfect cover. They pose as harmless missionaries. We've even welcomed one with open arms in our own world.
You mean to tell me...
That's right. Ronus Prung. Now do you see?
It's incredible.
So old Prung put one over on us.
You can give the credit to his mother planet, Emperia, and her satellites for devising the scheme. Oh, they fooled a lot more planets than Almiron. It's a simple plan. They cause the planets to war with one another. Then when all the forces are weakened, they step in and take control of our entire solar system. It's the Order of One who has kidnapped the Emperor, not Maltia.
You mean because of the arc wave?
That's right. It's the one thing that stands in their way. We've got to try to rescue him. It's the only chance we have to avert war.